Hi there, Aquarius. Welcome to your reading. I think this is the last reading for now. I'm going to be very busy in July. So I'm probably going to restart the readings it's going to be a busy June. I'm going to restart readings in July. Yes. Okay, same deck as always. Universe, what do you want Aquarius to know today? What do you want Aquarius to know today? Oops, sorry about that. It's a bit wobbly. Sorry. Okay. Feels like I want to sneeze. Oh my gosh. Excuse me. Excuse me. Don't want to get hay fever now. Oh my gosh, I don't want hay fever now. I feel like I'm going to get hay fever now. Okay. Bottom of the deck is Nine of Swords. Okay. I seriously don't want hay fever now. This is the deck that I'm using. It's the Land Sky Oracle. Okay, if you just hold on a few seconds, I'm going to get myself some tissues. Okay, sorry about that, Aquarius. I'm so sorry, but I'm going to get hay fever now. Okay, so let's start with the okay, Land Sky Oracle. I'm going to finish this reading. I'm not going to stop if I get the hay fever attack now. Seriously, I'm not going to stop. Okay. Breath work. Pranayama breath work. What does breath work want to tell you today, Aqua? When we experience change, we often become so engrossed in coping with our everyday life. But we forget that with change comes chaos. And we forget to take time out to breathe, to relax. And you have to understand breath work is very important, Aquarius. Breath work is very important. Okay, my nose is like itching. Breath work is very important, Aquarius. It's very important that you learn to let go of situations that you don't have control over and let nature take its course, okay? Sometimes we constantly have to remind ourselves of these things, and we're only human, especially when we're currently in a difficult situation that we in the midst, especially when we are in the midst of some great changes, there are usually a lot of chaos going along with it. So it's easy for other people to tell you, okay, take heed, do this, do that, be calm, etc. But when you're in that situation and you experience it, it is very, very difficult to like really breathe and take time out. But I strongly urge you to, have you even noticed that have you even noticed yourself stop breathing, especially when you're in anxious situations that cause a lot of stress? It could be work related to whatever. You just need to, sometimes, even me, okay, I have caught myself in the past before I learned about breath work, that just inhaling and exhaling already creates a lot of calmness within you. Okay, bottom of the deck is the Nine of Swords. And it's someone today who has a lot on their plate. Obviously, with this card. Someone who has a lot on their plate. Someone also possibly who has fixed attitudes about certain things. You being a fixed sign Aquarius, that wouldn't surprise me. Someone repressed by tradition. And like I said, this is a collective reading as well, okay? So whoever, collective reading meaning because we are in the age of Aquarius. And there's a lot of changes currently, and Aquarius is a sign of change. Okay, so, okay, take it as it resonates for the individual Aquarius or for everyone as a collective. Someone who has a lot on their plate, someone with fixed attitudes, repressed by tradition, and possibly having fear stepping out of that tradition. Because of peer pressure of society, of family, questioning what they were taught to believe by others. This could also indicate someone who has poor working conditions. Okay. First card, like I said before, Celtic cross reading. This is a Justice card, Major Arcana card. It's on your present atmosphere, Aquarius. You have to make a decision about something, Aqua, or the collective has to make an imminent decision about something. The elements here I pick up are the elements of balancing manifested forces and inner development. Okay, the manifested forces are our current situation of events in the world. The events like we know it today. Look at the number there, the number 11. The number 11 has very significant meaning in the esoteric world. 1111. Go look it up. Okay. I think this is all. Is this all? What do all? See more? What is it? So like I said, you have to make a decision about something, Aqua. Something that's imminent. It could also be a collective decision that we as humans need to make on Earth. And this is the elements of balancing manifested forces of things that are already, or like manifested forces that are our current situation of events in the world. That's the collective understanding, okay? It also means understanding the deeper elements of knowledge and having diversity or embracing this diversity and this knowledge. Also understanding and getting rid of excessiveness or redundant ideals or ideas that's not serving us anymore. I could think of a lot of things that's not serving the human race anymore. This could be a very difficult achievement for some people, though, especially when this major arcana appears. This is a major arcana, which means this is a major lesson that needs to be learned. And you have to understand, minor arcanas are small lessons, everyday things, but major arcana lessons is what propels us forward into our evolutionary status in our life. And this, when this justice card appears, this is something that some people will find very difficult because of indecisiveness and of being overly sensitive. That's why a lot of people find this lesson very difficult to learn, okay? The sign of justice card is Libra. But you, Aquarius, like I said, you are a rebel, okay? You can help with this change because you understand the fluctuations of life. You understand the polarities of life. You understand the deep inner meaning of life, the diversity of life. You have knowledge about this. You have a very deep understanding of this, okay? Next card is the Four of Swords. If I can pick it up, because I have difficulty picking it up sometimes. The table is very slippery. Okay, this is your next card. It's the second card, opposing forces, your obstacles, Four of Swords. This is like in the original tarot deck, it's a man lying down and he's taking out time, resting period. Here she's taking a cigarette break. Pause time to reflect about a possible situation or a decision that you need to make. Okay. Next card is the Six of Coins. It's the third card. It's your foundation. And this is also represents you, the humanitarian. Somebody who's always a giver. Self-sacrifice. That's why I call it the injury card. Humanitarian, self-sacrifice, rewards. This could also be rewards because of injury. Okay. Rewards because of injury, of stuff that you went through, and you're going to be rewarded for it. And it could also be rewards that the universe are blessing you with because of things that you did for others. But it could also indicate things that you are going to do for others. It might not always you be on the receiving end, but it could be something that you also do for others. It's also about compassion. This card also indicates compassion. You will see the man holding her handy, having compassion for others, and vice versa. Also compassion for yourself. Look. See, the Afrikaans is already slipping through. See? You have to excuse it. I said ook in plaats van ook. Okay. Anyway, Six of Coins. Yeah, that's basically it. I think that's it. Okay, next card is Page of Coins. If I can pick it up, because it's so difficult to pick up the cards. It's moving around on the table. Page of Coins is the next card. It's the fourth card. Influence passing away. Like I said, influence passing away. This could indicate economic loss, money that you lost, anything that's of value that you lost. Could also indicate a loss of confusion of a situation. and also more clarity as to a way forward on how to get yourself out of a situation and bring economic stability. This also requires you to subordinate to nature, meaning to surrender to nature and let life guide you. Okay? If you stop being anxious and you approach life from a calmer perspective, you will see that if you approach life from a calmer perspective, please remember what I told you about this breath work. Things will automatically flow more easily towards you instead of you swimming upstream like a salmon and at the end of the day just conk out because you were like doing everything in your power to survive. I understand that, but if you do everything in your power already, if there's everything that you did, there are certain things that you do not have control over and you need to let go. Okay? I think I did the page of coins there. That's all. Something tells me I need to pick it up again. Show you. This is so beautiful. This is a beautiful card. Just look at it. I think this is all. I don't think I've ever. Yes, I had this card in already before, haven't I? Anyway, next card is the Two of Wands. Okay. The Two of Wands today is what will come. Or what may come, sorry. Sorry, it's what may come. The Two of Wands is creative endeavors and you pioneering this creative endeavors. This also indicates good friendships and generosity of people towards you. You pioneering creative endeavors. You gaining wisdom through analyzing and studying and experiencing things. This also indicates somebody who is an authority figure, respected and successful, and also passionate about the interactions with people. This is a beautiful foundation, or this is a beautiful, not foundation, this is a beautiful what may come. So you're possibly going to pioneer a creative endeavor, whatever that may be. And in the process, you could meet lots of people, make new friends. You're going to be in a loving, generous environment, equal give and take. And through all this, you're going to gain some wholesome, wonderful experiences. The next card is the Ten of Swords. This is the breaking of old habits today. This is what will come. You breaking old habits, possibly one of the habits that you possibly could break is control. Having to want to control everything. This could also indicate possible destruction of plans that you were making or projects that you were working on. I'm trying to think now. Like I said, these cards represent there's a lot of symbolism in these cards. Can't remember who this man represents in this card. But this card also indicates somebody who is extremely sensitive person. Someone who has experienced events which has put them in a very vulnerable state and created a very sensitive person. And some out it I don't know why this comes out. It's almost like unconventional methods needs to be implemented in order to change the outcome about something. Unconventional methods need to be implemented to change the outcome of something. That's what's coming up with this card. You see the woman in the black. I said, like I said, it's an extremely sensitive person and unconventional methods are needed to change the outcome about something. She's, like I said in a previous reading, she's a woman and she has the black rose of transformation. So something unconventional. I don't know what that is. Aquarius. When you talk about unconventional, it's not something that's normally accepted by people. Oh, I don't know. People don't handle change very well. But I suppose when you like spoon feed people things, give it to them little by little, they might. I don't know. I don't know what to tell you, Aqua. I'm just going to do the reading, okay? Ace of Coins. This is number 7, and this is your now. This is your now. This is an amazing card. You are currently in a stable emotional place to handle setbacks and anything, Aqua, whatever they may be. You have physical, emotional, as well as financial stability. And the reason for this is because you have appreciation for things that money cannot buy. And you understand and developed a quite deep understanding of what you value as a person. And this is something that Aquariuses are very adamant about in any case, because we are very, when it comes to our values, personal values as people. I'm speaking for myself as an Aquarius. There's an Afrikaans word, pedanties. I don't know what you call it in English, but it's in Afrikaans, it's pedanties. It means strict, very controlled. And this is how we are when it comes to our personal beliefs and how high our standards are about things. Because it's almost like I said before, previous readings, coins are what you value, as wat jy waarde aan heg. Laat ek maar liewer 'n bietjie Afrikaans wil net speak of bit Afrikaans. Okay, coins are what you value, and as my own personal values, I speak for myself. I think I speak for most Aquariuses when I say we have very high values about certain things, especially when it comes to the environment, and when it comes to people, animals. We have very, very high values, and it makes me think of that song. I'm going to mention him again, Eminem, where he says that I can't remember what. I think Till I Collapse is the song's name. I have it on my playlist. By the way, he's one of my. I love his music, and he says that he's somebody that he pushes himself a lot, and he's very. People think he's a jerk, but they don't realize how hard he pushes himself to excel at something. And I can totally identify with that, because when you put your mind to something, or when me as an Aquarius, and possibly other Aquariuses as well, when we put our mind to something and we have the certain value about something, or the certain set of values about something, we stick to that values, and we really, if ever move away from that values. And it's very difficult for us, because we are fixed signs. We have a foot in the old and we have a foot in the new, or a part of us is in tradition and a part of us is in the future, and it's like very contradictory. But I think it's something that we as Aquariuses need to balance out in our life. Okay, and we need to understand that we need to possibly take things of the old that are valuable, and that we're going to find value from, and take it with us into the future. It's not everything that's traditional that's bad. Okay, there are a lot of traditional stuff that are not bad, that we can take with us into the future, but there are other traditional stuff that are harming humans, that are harming nature, that are harming us as a whole. But we have to. This is we need to understand and learn to strike a balance. Okay. This is not something I can discuss in a reading. This is very complicated and detailed work, and it's not something to discuss in a reading. But anyway, next card, the Chariot card. Okay, the Chariot is other people. It's represented by someone who is making steady progress after overcoming personal limitations. Possibly personal limitations brought on by external forces, hence other people, through control and manipulation. Other people trying to control you and manipulate you. Aquarius. I can understand why, because we have kind hearts, and people think that we are very aloof, because we not show emotions easily on our face, and we come across as aloof people. But there's a reason why we like this, right, Aqua? I don't know, maybe self-protection. What do you think? Anyway, Chariot is represented by other people. Someone who is making steady progress after overcoming personal limitations. Possibly personal limitations brought on by external forces through control and manipulation. The black banner here on the picture of the card represents anarchism. Anarchism evident in the display. Okay, it's evident anarchy because it's a youth. He's like charging forward and he's like not sure where he's going because the one horse is pulling in one direction and the other horse in the other direction because of the different colors. It's somebody who's charging forward, but it's almost like somebody who is on adventure, who is embarking on someone who's embarking on a new endeavor or possibly, I don't know, it could be just a change in direction for your life as well. And it's almost like you have a youthful approach to this, but it's not irresponsibly like irresponsible youth, okay, like a knight. It's more like I said, your foundation that you were building on. It's the Six of Coins, is humanitarian, is compassion, and it's almost like you understand the fluctuations of life, and you understand that the uncertainty of life. Okay. It's almost like you have I don't know. Blind faith comes to mind, but this card represents other people. So, okay, I'm just saying what I pick up, okay? This card, I pick up blind faith comes to mind, but it also, when the Chariot comes up, blind faith comes to mind. Let me put it that way. But seeing that this represents other people, it could be personal limitations that other external forces brought on you by manipulation and control. Okay. So you need to take note of that. Listen to your intuition. Don't trust easily because we do not know who we can trust very easily nowadays. Okay, Nine of Cups is the next card. And it's a number 9 card. This is your hopes and your fears. It's almost like you're afraid that your emotional stability will be jeopardized. Possibly also your health. Like I said earlier in the reading, that you need to make a decision about something. I don't know what it is, Aqua. Your reading is not very clear as to what could possibly be the issue here. But if you're afraid that your emotional stability could be jeopardized and your health, then it's possibly other people that have an influence on you. You are humanitarian, you have a good heart, and it's almost like a quote that I shared a few days ago, and at the end of the quote is a page that I belong to. It's very difficult, Aquarius. I feel almost like this reading is for me, but anyway, it's very difficult, Aquarius, to draw the line between what's right and what's true and not offending people. And also being honest about something, because at the end of the day, if you're honest about something, somebody is going to be offended. And if it's something that person is doing wrong, of course they're going to be offended, but how do you let certain stuff just slide when you know it's harmful? Do you understand where I'm going with this? It's not only harmful towards that person, but it's harmful towards society as a whole. Experiences that, choices that people make, and the way that they do certain things, and the way that they lead their lives. So it almost makes me feel, it's almost like every morning I wake up at a certain time, and I would just lie in the dark in my bed, and I would like to take my phone on the bedside table and scroll, and I would go onto Facebook. And I would sometimes see all this ridiculous stuff pop up into my news feed, and it's almost like I ask myself, I have Nat Geo, I have this page, I have that page, and then you see all these interactions and people commenting, and you get sucked into this. But at the end of the day, it's almost like you have to learn to let go of the fact that you cannot control everything, you cannot control life, and you cannot change everyone, and you cannot help everyone. And this is a reality that I had to face in a very difficult way. Okay? It's not possible for us to help everyone. You don't need to be rude about it. You can help where you can. You can assist where you can, where it's possible. But if it's not possible to help everyone, and it's not up to one person to do it. It's not up to one person. It's up to everyone to change the world. It's up to each and every one of us to make a difference. It's not dependent on just a few. It's almost like we as people, we complain constantly about the situation of our countries, but what are we as individuals doing to make a difference? Are we actually going out and applying ourselves in contributing instead of bickering on social media about what's wrong with the world? Are you actually doing something about it? Okay? I'm not judging. Please don't misunderstand me. Okay? I'm just trying to explain something. Okay, so it's the Nine of Cups. You're scared that your emotional stability could be jeopardized, and that you're fearful. Also, your physical welfare, possibly of this that I'm talking about, people's opinions. You could also have a fear of that the hopes and fears that could not possibly be fulfilled, and also fear of disharmony with others because of opinions that you might have that you don't agree with, and you're not disrespectful. So I'm not disrespectful, okay? When I explain to people, and I try to be as sincere as possible when I try to explain things, but people always take offense. Anyway, last card is the Strength card. This is the final outcome. It's represented by Leo. You will see that she's almost like she's halfway sitting on the lion, and she's controlling this lion with composure and strength. She has total control of this lion, and he has totally surrendered to her. It means harmony and flow and strength, control of all elements and all emotions. This is an amazing arcana card to get. It means inner power, inner strength, harmonious flow of forces within and without you. Strong willpower, a person with extreme strong willpower. So this is the final outcome. Okay? So Aqua, that is your reading for today. And I will probably see you in next month. Thank you. Bye.